Hey everyone, I hope your week is off to a great start. I feel like this week I have so many housekeeping things to share with you and then so many little details of our upcoming things and things to expect. So if this gets a little long, I'm so sorry. I will try to keep it brief, but so I'm just going to dig right in. So this weekend, January 12th and 13th, we are going to be handing kids an invite. And it's on one side of the invite, it invites them to our current Spin It to Win It series. And on the other side, it's giving me an invite to the Camp Wanna Stay series. That's what we're going to be doing in February. But one of our goals for 2019, one of the church goals and the way that we're going to support that goal is to help create a culture of inviting. And what we're finding is that a lot of times our kids don't really know how to invite or, what to do. A lot of adults don't know how to invite others to church or, into God's family or a place where they can come and learn more about who this Jesus guy is. So we want to help do that with our groups. So we will have these invites made. They're going to be in your bin this weekend. But what we're going to do, since our next series is Camp Wanna Stay, we're going to try to have the kids create something a little bit neat. And so when you think camping, you usually think s'mores. At least I do, right? So inside your bins, there will be an invite card for every student, a baggie, a half a graham cracker for everybody. So if you picture the full graham cracker cut in half, then usually that half has two little pieces. So each will get two little ones. Plus they'll get a little square of chocolate. So a normal candy bar has 12 squares. Each child will get one of those squares and then a large marshmallow. And the idea is to put it all in that baggie and then we'll staple the invite to that baggie. Now I know if you're in kindergarten, first grade, you're already dreading this. So I will do my best to get some extra teens to help you, any adults you might have. So if there's anything you feel like you want to do ahead of time to prep to make that a little bit easier, that is also fine by me. So the goal is we want to create these invites with the kids. Our MCs, what we want you to do is to really talk about that up front too. When we invite people, how do we invite people? Maybe you bring a student up and you practice it. I know Dan's been awesome at doing this in the past. But we really don't want to assume that the kids know how to invite. So might say, role play with them a little bit in your groups or up front with our MC and just say something like, hey, I go to church at 9:30. Do you want to come with us? I could ask my mom if we could come pick you up. Or, hey, maybe we could go to church and we could all go to lunch after. Just try to show them some fun ways, on how to actually invite someone to come to church. We don't want to have these events and they just literally hand it to somebody with no conversation that comes with it. And granted, conversations look different with different ages, but you guys get the idea. The big idea is to create an inviting culture. So whatever ideas you have, if you have any great ideas, some suggestions, I would love to hear that. You are on the front lines with these kids and with the parents, so please, whatever feedback you have is most appreciated. Just so you know, behind the scenes, what is happening is there is a survey being made, just 4 questions, and it's asking parents how they most prefer to invite. Do they use social media? Are they using email? Would they prefer a paper copy? So those will be coming out not this weekend, but the following weekend, and we're going to hand those out and actually ask parents just to fill it out for us so we can get as much feedback from them as we can. If these paper little card invites are not effective, then we don't want to spend the money and do that. So we want to go with whatever measure that parents are using already. So that's the big thing with that. So the little invites, those will be in your bins. And just keep this in mind, this is coming soon. I should have a better idea this weekend. But for now, at the end of February, that last week of February, when we finish the Camp Wanna Stay series, we are going to encourage the children with their inviting. We want to bring lots of friends. We want to invite people because we want to have a s'more party to celebrate what we've learned about Jesus and how he can be this amazing part of our life. So we're going to have a s'more party. So this weekend, I'll share a little bit more how we're going to keep track of those invites and the details on that, but just keep that in mind. Also, if you have any great ideas on how to do an actual s'more with the kids, share that. I've had ideas of dipping a marshmallow in fondue and roll it in graham cracker crumbs, but that's not really a s'more either. So it's what is coming down from Central for me to do. So I'm open to any ideas and suggestions you might have. So that is that. Your lesson is all about Jesus choosing his 12 disciples. And God works in such mysterious ways. Of course, I was at this meeting last night with Mark, and he gives us great little insight about the 12 disciples. And I just wanted to share that with you. He said, when God chose his 12, he didn't look for the most educated, for the most knowledgeable about all the Old Testament laws, nothing like that. He chose 12 uneducated people. And he sent them out. He said, you don't have to be educated, you just have to be willing to trust me. So for us, what does that mean? We don't have to be educated. We don't have to be Bible scholars. We just have to believe and be willing to share that. So I just want to thank you. Thank you for letting God use you in this way. I know we're not one of the 12 disciples, but what you do every week really does make a difference. And I just want to remind you too, this is a thought that came from Mark. What we say, these kids take as truth. They believe what we say because we say it. But we need them to see that we're not saying what we say, we're saying what Jesus says, what God has said, what's written in God's word. So think about that as you go through the week. You are a disciple. You don't have to be educated. You don't have to be the greatest. You have to believe. You have to trust in Jesus, and you have to be willing to share what Jesus says. We want to share Jesus. He is the truth. It's not our truth. It's God's truth. So as you're going through lessons, you're preparing for this week, as you're figuring out how you're going to share this with the kids, start thinking it's not about us. It's about God. We always want to direct everything back to Jesus. So, okay, I think that's with that stuff. Sorry for a little bit of housekeeping things, but I'm getting some notes from Central that I have to share with you. And the two big things are, we cannot put our Bibles from the end of the lesson back in our bins. If you want, you can leave it on top of your bin, and then you put that in a hub, and that gets carried to where it needs to be. But it can't be put into the bin itself. You can put it in your drawer if you want. We all have those drawers. And the other thing I'm getting a little bit of slack about, and I don't know if it's our campus or another campus, but it is what it is. We're not allowed to leave personal stuff in our bins. So candies, suckers, stickers, anything that you might have, which are awesome tools and resources you use with your kids, just take those out of your bins, put them in the bank of drawers that we have over. If you're having any trouble with the bank of drawers, you're not really sure where yours is, just you can ask Laura. She's like the awesome rock star in that room for keeping us organized and on top of things. So or you can ask me. That's always easy, but I know Laura is going to probably have the best answer anyway. So I think that's it. I'm so sorry for the longer video, but I will be praying for you this week. Today is our little Sky McKay, his 11th birthday, so we are off to do some celebrating at Chick-fil-A. Have a great week, guys. See you Sunday.